It's Glacier, and this will be a video chart on BEHL, Biocentric Energy Holdings Incorporated. And the last time I did this video chart a couple of days ago, this is what the chart looked like. It was just starting to come out of this consolidation period, so I wanted to throw it up there. And I talked about how it had just broken above this resistance level here. Move this down. Then I talked about how this volume was above average and how, just be ready. It's worth keeping your eye on. And I'm not going over this to brag or anything like that, but more so just to kind of make a little quick charting lesson out of it. But the key point being, candlestick broke above previous resistance, above average volume, and then let's see what's happened the rest of this week. The next day, kind of a wild day, volume increasing, price blew up even more. Next day, even better. And then today, hit 10 cents. So from my alert here down here at 3.5 cents, it's went up over 200%. Now, is this the norm? No. Usually just because you break a previous high and then have above average volume. Do most stocks run up 200%? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is it's worth keeping your eye on stocks that break above resistance levels on above average volume. So congratulations to all those that watched this video down here and picked up some shares. You should be sitting very pretty right now, and you should be smiling. That's the bottom line. But with this video, I want to get it updated again because obviously it's just been an absolute beast. Right now we're currently defying chart gravity. It seems like there's to be some pullbacks, but there just hasn't been any yet. So that's where I like to throw stocks or charts in the category of defying chart gravity, because for the most time, chart gravity will pull the price back down for pullbacks, but some charts like this one's doing right now, they just refuse to go down and continue on up. So with that being said, I'm not going to spend too much time on the daily chart just because there's not really much you can see from it. All you can see is that it's an absolute monster. It's hard to kind of point out support levels or stuff like that just because, like I said, it's just telling us that it's been an absolute beast. And then when you pull this back up, you can see that through the history of the chart, hasn't seen these price levels in a long time. So it's looking good. But the first place I want to start off is the 60-minute. And once again, this is the black line where I first had started covering it. And you can see that it's really taken off nicely. The point that I want to show here on the 60-minute is just a classic uptrending chart. And how can you tell if it's classic? Well, look at these four moving averages. Up here, we have the 10-day, and then notice a nice separation. We have the 20-day, notice a nice separation. We have the 50-day, or excuse me, they're not days since we're on the 60-minute chart, they're just periods. So we have the 10 60-minute period, the 20 60-minute period, and then the 50 60-minute period moving averages. And then down here we have the 200 period of the 60-minute averages. And notice how they're all nicely separated. They're all curling up. That's just a beautiful scene in terms of looking for a nice uptrending chart. But still, once again, not quite what I want to show in terms of support levels. But the 60-minute does a great job of showing just what a nice uptrending chart looks like. Dropping down to the 30-minute, this is a little bit better. Once again, look at the moving averages, all nicely spread apart, all sloping upwards, just exactly what you want to see. But this period gives us a little better idea of kind of the upward stair step that we're forming. And what I'll do with that is kind of draw this out, so hopefully it makes some more sense. But here, down here, we have our first step. This should be right at the previous high. And then here, another stair step. Here, another stair step. Here, another stair step. So as you can see, these stair steps are coming from previous highs. Here we had a previous high, it was broken, and Technical Analysis 101 states that when resistances are broken, they become supports. So this resistance was broken here, became a support. Then we had a little resistance area here, was broken, became a support. Had a resistance area here, took about a day or so to get above that. This resistance became support. And then one more time was resistance, now it's support. You can see it pulled back here, bounced off it nicely, and then it's heading back up. And then, actually, let me get this line out of there. Use your imagination a little bit. You can see some stair steps. We got a person who's going to walk up these stairs. And when you see these sorts of movements, that's exactly what you want to see. And it also does a good job of showing where some support levels are. Each one of these levels is going to be a support level. So on any sort of pullback, you can go to the thermometer system. And what I mean by that is you can judge things by the more support levels that fail, the colder the chart becomes. Just like on the flip side, if you want to say the more resistance levels that break, the hotter a chart becomes. So we can use this as a thermometer too in terms of any sort of pullbacks. So if it does pull back and this 9-cent area here is broken, no need to freak out, because you still have this area right here, which looks like it's about 7.5 cents. Now if this one falls, then chart's still fine, chart's pull back, nothing to freak out about. Plus we are on the 30-minute chart. Then you have another one down here at 5 cents. Now from 10 cents, that'd be a 50% decrease. But within the grand scheme of things, you'd still be above the 200 period moving average down here. So technically, from a charting perspective, you would still be in an uptrend. But I'm sure nobody would want to buy at 10 cents and then have to hold all the way through there. But keep in mind, I am coming from a technical chart perspective. Now if we hop back up here to the 60-minute, you can see the stair steps also. And same concept on any sort of pullback. Ideally, this 9-cent area here would hold, but if it doesn't, it looks like this 7.5 cent, or what is this technically? The high here is okay at 0.074, so 0.075 safe. This is kind of the key level, so what I'm going to do is actually change this green, make it a little thicker, just to remind people that ideally this is the level that you want to see hold strong in any pullback, is 0.075. But if it doesn't, you do have this little low here, around 6.5. But with all the volume and the bullishness that it's been having, this level shouldn't have any problem holding on the pullback. If there is an one, if it decides to defy chart gravity more, then this will just keep going on, and this level here will become our next stair step up. But for the time being, just need to focus on holding the 7.5 cents if it pulls back, or looking to break up above this area here at 0.102. And then the weekly, just want to point this because it's pretty monstrous. You can see we're starting to come to life here. Had a few consolidation days, and then just boom, really came to life. If you were to try to find some resistance levels from the weekly, which we pretty much have to do, we have this previous high here, which is at 12 cents. This high here was at 9, so you actually just broke above this resistance level, so that's a great job. But right now the next resistance is not up until 12 cents, so still got some room to run. And then after that, I'm sure I'd be back to make another video if that level falls. But I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Just know that you have these support levels here on the daily, and then you have 12 cents. Actually, on the 60-minute, here are your support levels, and then for resistance, you're looking at 12 cents as the next big battleground. So that wraps up the chart. I'd also recommend you take a look down at the post and look for the free ebook link. Click on that, sign up for my newsletter, and with that, you'll get a free ebook which shows some strategies I use, and you also get alerts to stocks I'm watching, bullish chart setups, and so forth. We've been having some real great success there with some nice winners, so I'd encourage you to check that out. And best part about it, everything is free sign up, and then you get the free ebook. So if you do have any other questions on BEHL, send me a message, and I will hopefully be able to answer your questions. But if not, thanks for watching, and have a good weekend.